had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field.
The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up
with the Cleveland Browns. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns.
Let's go.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
This one left side caught by Gibson.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6. He finds his man, complete. It's 4th. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 2nd and 2. He finds his man, complete. It's 4th.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson.
And a good burst there right from the start as he'll get this one out near the 35. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. He'll drop to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21.
Let's go. At their own 27-yard line.
carry for Nick Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, is so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say, when you run in the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase them.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. They'll set up to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Washington.
Boy, Charles, you have to be impressed with how Terry McLaurin has quickly become one of the better receivers in the NFL. And this is all effort here.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch. And that one wound up in the end zone.
Very short kick taken right at the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, this Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field, Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 39.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Bust through the tackle.
Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Murray, he bootlegs it. And finding the tight end Hooper. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Handoff comes to Chubb. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the 17, Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And 7 yards to go.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Murray now to throw. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. And he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Browns. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting.
Very interesting, because when you're trailing in a game, these are the mistakes that you pray for. You just went down and scored. Now you get the football right back with another great opportunity.
Murray now on first down.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back, unsuccessfully.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns move back within a couple of the lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And this is now a one-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have, and think back to our meeting with the head coach, and we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it first and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
And this will be caught by Edwards.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll drop to throw.
Open man is Edwards. He's got it.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Defensively.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Back to throw. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right read there, gets the ball to his receiver.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson.
His 11th touchdown of the year.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They came out not so hot. The first quarter, they were sputtering a little bit, but they seem to have stayed the course and really righted the ship here in the second.
Well, let's face it, all the preparation that goes into getting ready for a game, all the scouting reports, the practice, the repetition, sometimes you hit a little bit of a lull to start things off. Maybe you get a little flat, but if you put in that time, you put in that effort, it can come back to you, and that's what we're seeing so far.
Now can they keep that momentum going? Now Murray off play action, rolling to his right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside of that, looks like an extra step was involved.
Following the penalty, Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Here's Chubb on the read option. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Throwing on second and long. Murray going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. This will be fielded inside the 5.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for this secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't.
A 2nd down for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't. Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Take it in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big play there on the catch and run. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
A give. This is Chubb. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
And again, it's Chubb. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much since. From the gun, Murray. He's got Hooper on the short connection, and he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They got a yard on first, 2 on 2nd, and 3 here on 3rd. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. Well, they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they trail in the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
56.
He'll look to throw.
Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson.
And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He's got a man, complete. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
To throw, it's Murray. Drops it off for Chubb. Good footwork at the 30. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll get this down only to the 18.
Now it's 2nd and 9.
Murray now. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This one fielded at the 5.
And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On first down, it's Gibson, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Pulled in at the 24.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Montez Sweat brought him down. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
They run it again with Chubb. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Here's Murray.
And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down.
He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss loss of 11 on third down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Washington.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
It's almost human nature, isn't it? They score on one play, you come out on offense, you try and do exactly the same thing. They tried the deep ball, couldn't quite connect, but give them an A for effort.
Again, Murray will keep it. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again.
He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Murray.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And some space here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On first down, Chubb going to get forward for only about a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now from Murray.
That's going to be taken in by Felton.
Sheds off the tackle. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Chubb again.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Call it a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
And Chubb fighting, but nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped short of that first down marker.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Murray on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Kyler Murray keeping it himself from a yard out.
And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Looking into the raindrops, and he muffs it.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. Gibson here running out of the gun.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. It's a 1st down and more for Gibson.
And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. He'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down.
At the Browns' 34-yard line.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
56 is the mic. Here we go. Mike 56.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
And the Browns are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. But with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Murray flips this forward on the jet sweep.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Back to throw it. Murray being chased out left.
And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can. Touchdown, Browns. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Browns are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Washington, 26.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
I'm going to hit you